the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Romans, Hippocrates referred to the gut as the center of health and well-being. And if it gets sick, then you get sick. All of the native tribes around the world, up until the last 50 years ago, were referring to gut health. The Maasai tribe, which has been they've looked into in terms of their gut health and so on, they still have about 80 or so remedies just to deal with the gut. Chimpanzees, if they get sick, they know which plants to get to fix their gut. And just a couple of days ago, I learned that there's an extensive paragraph by Shakespeare all about gut health. I haven't had time to read. I glanced over it. I couldn't understand it, being Shakespearean. But it was literally saying that everything comes back to the gut. And he was using that as a metaphor for the Roman Senate. But anyway, going back, throughout history we've known of the importance of gut, and we've only just forgotten about it. And we've forgotten about it, and we've moved towards this, okay, let someone take over our health, and unfortunately, move towards pharmaceuticals. And as I'll show you today, it really comes back to what you've got here. I want to start off very, very simply by saying there's a lot of things that can upset the gut. And I want you to look at this list here, and I'll read through a few. I'm not going to go through it because you'll get a gist of all of this as we go through. But if I was to say to you, who was born caesarean? Okay, you don't put your hand up, you may not even remember. But if you're young enough, whatever, who's had antibiotics? In fact, if I ask, who's been on antibiotics in their life? Okay, who's been on antibiotics the last 10 years? That's a pretty big number there, isn't it, when you look around? Antibiotics, as I'll show you later, can be devastating, but then we've got all these other medications. And I'll talk about all these: weight gain, overeating, illness, food poisoning, alcohol and drugs. We'll touch on wine at the end, don't worry. And how it can be a little bit good for the gut. Water, inactivity, even stress, all of these things. So hence, when I say 50% of adult Australians have serious gut health issues, and the other 50% don't know they do. And what concerns me most is that we now know that the gut microbiome, which is what I will call it, which is a collection of microorganisms, primarily bacteria, some fungi, some viruses, and a few other microorganisms in there. The health of that microbiome is determined by the sheer diversity of microorganisms. So the greater the number, diversity we've got, the better it is. And what we've found over the last 100 years is that we've actually lost about 30% of them. So if we can